best Saturday that I've had in a long time. Primarily because it's in the 70s in March today. Everyone is outside. Everyone is so happy. I'm like bouncing up and down, dancing while getting ready. I filmed so many TikToks. I got so much done that I needed to get done. And I started unboxing this package because it's from a drink company. And so I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna promote them by like showing the drinks later. I don't need to like show the unboxing because I thought it would just come in like unexciting packaging. No, I have to show you. It is the cutest thing. So we are starting this March, April. This will probably be like a March wrap up, what I've read, what's going on in March video. So we are starting April off, because that's when you're watching this, with the cutest unboxing from St. Spritz, which if you remember, they sent over a bunch of fun Italian drinks to me last summer and I love them so much. They have a new flavor out called Sardinia. They sent over this really fun little lunchbox to celebrate the new drinks inside. I feel like I have other updates for the vlog, but I don't really remember. Biggest update of my life this last month is I registered for skating classes, like figure skating classes. I bought my first pair of figure skates. So if you watch my shorts or see my content on other platforms, you've been following along for the journey and I'm having the best time. It is the light of my life right now, and every single moment that I'm off the ice, I just want to be on the ice. Like I go skating every single day except for the weekend. And by the evening time, I'm missing it. I'm like, dang, I can't wait to get back on the ice. And over the weekends, I'm like craving it. Last weekend, I went on Sunday, but it was right when we had a blizzard. So I thought no one's going to be out yet because literally everything is closed today. And when things are closed in Minnesota for snow, you know it's really, really, really bad because nothing ever closes, and like restaurants and things were closed. So I went to a rink on the day of the blizzard, but it was a weekend. It was packed. Everyone was there. I can't go on the weekends. It's way too busy. So I cannot wait to get back on the rink on Monday. And I'm breaking in my new skates right now, which is a process, but it's been so fun. And then I start my classes in a few weeks. Yeah, anyway, let's open this. Oh my God, okay, I need to take a picture of this. They went so hard. When they sent me drinks last summer, it was just in a box. It was like, we're gonna send you some drinks to try. No, this is like a full PR thing. First of all, like here's the new drinks. Can't wait to try them. But we have this sun stick, which I love using a sun stick on my face in the summertime. This sunscreen spray. Grace and Stella eye patches. I love Grace and Stella. And then Grace and Stella lip mask. Oh my gosh. We got some fun paper straws for the drinks and a whole freaking tumbler. Oh, this makes me miss my pool so much. I cannot wait to be back at my pool soon. I am so, so grateful. Thank you so much, St. Spritz, for sending over all of these goodies to celebrate your new flavor. I've tried every single flavor and so far I love them all. Nothing beats the OG original like Aperol Spritz can that they have. I feel like it's very close to the real thing in Italy. Oh, I'm so happy I got more sunscreen because I desperately need these in the summer. This totally matched the vibe today. I'm gonna get these in the fridge immediately so that they can cool down, and then maybe we'll try one today because I'm also going to set up a couple of things on my balcony. Guys, it is in the 70s in March. We're dropping back down to the 40s soon, but I'm gonna put out a reading swing, read outside, and then once this chills, we're gonna try one. I can also put my eye masks right into the fridge. I have a whole beauty slot where I think eggs are supposed to go because I'm primarily vegan, so eggs kind of gross me out. So all my face masks and eye patches just go up there. Let's set up the swing and go spend some time outside while we can. I'm missing so many little screws for this. I need to go search the basement because I don't know where they could be. I was about to give up and I finally found it in the most random place. I cannot do that again next winter. just sat outside and read for over 2.5 hours. I wasn't in a reading slump. I just needed sunshine. I'm almost done with Don't Let Him In by Lisa Jewell. It's really picked up. I'm hooked now. I feel like I spoke too soon in a TikTok I just made about how I have been in the worst reading slump of my life. No, baby, I just needed sun. It is almost 7 p.m. and I'm hot and sweaty from being outside. I also feel like I might have gotten some good color, which is amazing because the app on my phone said that the UV was only like 4. I felt it more on the deck. There's still a little bit of sun in the sunroom, so I want to go sit in there, and I think I want to try one of these new Saint Spritz. I want to use one of these paper straws that they sent me, but the germaphobe in me is also like, these were just loose in there. It's cute, but I don't want to put my mouth on something that is just in there. I don't know. Oh, it smells like grapefruit, passion fruit, because I think this one is passion fruit and mango. It's only 5%. I'm not gonna feel a thing. It does make me miss Italy though. I have complicated feelings about Italy right now, but this drink is bringing back some happy memories for sure. I'll use one of my straws because I know this one is clean. I have been filming all afternoon, mostly short form TikTok videos, tarot readings, and book videos, but it is time that I finally sit down and yap about the 13 books that I somehow managed to read in the month of March, which is so funny to me because if you follow me on other platforms, you know that I went through the biggest reading slump in the month of March, and I truly thought that I was only going to finish like 2 books, but I guess the trick for me with reading slumps is to read a lot of the books at the same time, because I was in the middle of I think 8 books at once, and then once the momentum got going, I was finishing them all at once too. It made this possible, and I surprisingly had a wonderful reading month after this. Multiple 5 stars, so many book recommendations for you. I think I recommend every single book I read, which is crazy. That does not always happen. Neither does having multiple 5-star reads, but such an amazing month. So let's just yap about all of the books that I read. Let me know if you've read any of these, and if not, take notes, add these to your list, because I could talk about some of these for days. And of course, I will link them all below as well. I decided not to do this in reading order for this last month because I was reading so many of them at once, so just based on vibes, starting with none other than Miss Daisy Jones and the Six herself, because this book, I cannot believe how long it took me to read this book, and I genuinely feel like I was the last reader on earth to read this. But I totally understand now why it is so hyped. I immediately binged the TV show afterwards too, absolutely loved it. What I love about Daisy Jones, as well as so many other Taylor Jenkins Reid books, is yes, it's about Daisy Jones and the Six, but the real plot is always like underneath the surface and tucked away in the book, and you don't realize it until maybe the end that the book is actually about something completely different. Whereas with this, sure, on the surface it's about Daisy and the band and all of that, but when you really get down to it, this book is about literally like a hero to me, a woman, a wife, a mother, and her legacy and her beautiful life that she lived and the choices that she made all through love. Like when you really think about it, Daisy Jones is not about Daisy Jones, it's about Camilla. And I cried so hard at the end, like it was so well done. I loved it, 5 stars. I think this next book is actually my absolute favorite book by this author of mine, and I think it is so underhyped. Like, why aren't more people talking about Night Road by Kristen Hanna? Because I am obsessed with this book. I thought it was absolutely perfect. I underlined, tabbed, highlighted so much of this. I can show you. I usually have like some sort of color code at the front of a book when I have multiple colored tabs like this. This is what's going on. I read this book in literally about 24 hours. I was not expecting to read this as quickly as I did, but I could not put this book down. Also, I feel like this is such a great starter Kristen Hanna book if you're a little bit intimidated by her books, which totally understand. A lot of them are massive and about big pieces of history. This is a more modern literary fiction book. It's also not as giant as her other works. It takes place in the early 2000s. It follows 3 high school students as well as like the family dynamics for the most part. So it's very familiar territory, but it makes you feel. It is gut-wrenchingly sad though, so just be prepared because Kristen Hanna will make you sob your eyes out. I felt like I could relate to a lot of the characters, obviously up until a point when the plot starts to happen, but without spoiling anything else, I feel like there is a very similar, more recent, because this was published I believe in like literally the like this was published in 2011. I feel like there's a very recent book by a super popular author that was recently published a few years ago. I am convinced that that author just read this book and copied the entire book. This one is done so much better. And what I like about this is it's not given away on the back the way that the copycatter is. And I will not say more, like, you know, if you've read both of these books. The plot that I'm hinting at, it's not on the back. And so I went into it not knowing, and I feel like that really emphasized the plot because the shock value was there more. The sadness, the like, oh my gosh, gut-wrenchingly, like, you just can't believe that it's happening was there, but it's written so well. Kristen Hanna always does such a great job at making you empathize with characters, even if the characters are frustrating. You really understand why they are behaving that way, and I loved it. I loved it so much. This is, it's so good. It's so good. I read a graphic novel this month. I read When Stars Are Scattered. I think the target audience is middle grade, but I read this very quickly. This was during the reading slump, so I needed something to keep me reading, like a graphic novel. It has won so many awards on the back. All of it is well deserved. I want everyone in my life to read this book. I currently want my mom to read it. I want my little brother to read it. I feel like growing up, my history classes did not teach me more about topics like this. So the graphic novel follows a young boy living in a refugee camp in Kenya, and I thought reading it that it was like inspired by obviously true stories, but done in a way where kids are learning. I didn't realize that it was absolutely all true, and at the end you get like pictures of everything in real life. I'm like, oh my gosh, I ended up crying. I feel like everyone just needs to be more educated. Blows me away. Everyone needs to read this book. The arc that I read for March was The Enemy of Time by Haley Grace McCormick. She actually sent over this advanced copy, and she was so sweet and not only signed it, but invited me to her book party release in Myrtle Beach this last month. I wasn't able to attend, but I'm very honored to have been invited, and I did want to make sure that I read her book regardless. This is so good. It's like a romance, and it is a romance. It's in dual timeline, but I feel like it's more of like a lit fic romance because it doesn't follow the typical trope outline, and I saw a couple of reviews upset about that. I love a good like unpredictable ending, you know, like the ending definitely got me. It was very well done though, and big congrats to Haley for her first book. That is so exciting. The memoir that I read for March was Jeremy Renner's My Next Breath. Oh my gosh, this is such an incredible book. It is so well written. I don't always rate memoirs, but when I do rate it, it's because they have blown me away, and this one blew me away. So I gave it 5 stars, so well deserved. This is not a typical celebrity memoir. He actually mentions in the very beginning that he didn't even want to write this because it's about something I just can't imagine, like, having not only to live through that, but then having to write it and in a way live through it twice. It is about something that happened to him a few years ago. It is just so devastatingly insane and such a miracle that he is here today. So it's only about that incident. It's very short. You could easily read this in one sitting. It would be a very heavy, hard memoir to read in one sitting, but doable nonetheless. And he also included pictures, which some were very difficult to look at, but it's just so eerie, it's so scary. It's truly just one big memoir on the miracle that is life. Like, cannot believe it, but very good. I finally read Don't Let Him In this last month as well by Lisa Jewell. I love Lisa Jewell, so I was very excited for this thriller by her. Unfortunately, I don't think it's one of my favorites by her. It just took me a really long time to get invested into the story, and I don't know if that was because I was going through a reading slump for the most part, or if it just took a second for me to like lock in. But once I did lock in, this is perfect for if you love the show You on Netflix. He's basically Joe. As soon as my mind was like, oh, okay, I'm in the mind of Joe Goldberg, it clicked. Also, once the stakes were higher and like things started to get a bit more life or death, you know, like once the bodies started to show up, I was like, oh, okay, like I'm here for it. It just had a very slow start, unless that was just me. I don't know, but I love Lisa Jewell. None of This Is True is like one of my favorite books. I'm so excited to read It Could Have Been Her. I think that's going to be the next book by hers that I read because I have an ARC copy. But I'm also curious if you've read Don't Let Him In. What were your thoughts? Because I'm seeing a lot of very similar thoughts to what I said about it. So maybe it wasn't just me. Maybe it actually is the book. I also did read The Gilded Butterfly for a brand campaign on TikTok, so I don't think I'm comfortable rating it or really saying too much about this because I do have a full review of it over on my TikTok for that campaign, and because I was paid for this and it was a work video, I just feel like I can't go beyond that. It's like weird girl, eerie lit fic, but on a college campus, and it reminded me a lot, Marnie, she was under the tripod. It reminded me a lot of like Black Swan, like the obsessiveness, the mind games, the unreliable narrator. Those were all of the fictional books that I read this last month, but I always tried to make sure to read a lot of nonfiction, self-improvement, self-help, spiritual books, and these are all of those that I also read, starting with a chapter a day of The Places That Scare You by Pema Chodron. I read When Things Fall Apart by this author, and I got so much out of that I was definitely expecting to get more out of this one, but I don't know what it is. I just did not find this one as helpful as the other book. I really tried. Like, I really did need the wisdom and advice, but unfortunately, I think I would recommend When Things Fall Apart because I did get so much out of that over that book. I also read The Green Witch. This is more like a coffee table, spiritual, witchy book, obviously, but still very aligned with my life and practices. And just, if you're an earthy, whimsical girl like me, you're gonna love it. They talk about trees and flowers and the different properties of each one, agricultural calendars, seasonal shifts, weather patterns. Yeah, I don't know, it's just like very earthy, but I love that. So if you enjoy stuff like that, I think you would really enjoy this book as well. I read a couple of angel books this month. I read Angel Speak, How to Talk with Your Angels. I really liked this one. The pages look like this, and there's a lot of beautiful angelic artwork and like pink imagery, and then look at how beautiful this book is. I loved it. And then every time the angels are speaking, it'll be in the pink italics. And then when the authors are writing, it's like in the black text. I feel like I got a lot out of this, to be honest. So I would recommend this one. This next book I think is one of the most fascinating, coolest books I've ever read. Oh my gosh, highly recommend this. Journey of Souls. This is case studies of life between lives. The author, Dr. Michael Newton, he takes these cases, his clients, into hypnosis, and then through the state of hypnosis, remembering not only a past life, but what happened in between that life to the next one, where your soul goes. I mean, keep an open mind. Literally nobody knows what happens afterwards, so I'm kind of just reading it as like the open-mindedness of like, this could happen. And what's crazy is, you know, he has almost 30 cases, yet every single person has a very similar memory. Like, how do you explain that? It's so cool. I loved it, and I think I totally believe that this is a very highly probability of what happens. Oh my gosh, it's so cool. There's also a sequel with even more case studies, so I want to read that. I think it's called Destiny of Souls. If you love stuff like this, you are going to love this book. The second angel book that I read in March was the Angel Therapy Handbook, another angel book that I loved so much. Very different vibes. I mean, the pages look like this. I don't know, even though it was really different, I got a lot out of this one as well. Ooh, this part that I underlined. 2 indicators that you're aligned with your life purpose. Number 1 is feeling joy as you engage with the activity, and number 2 is doors opening for you easily. Just kind of proves that like you're in alignment with what you're meant to do. And I totally do believe that, because when I do things where I'm struggling with it, or like things just aren't moving or happening, I feel like it's because I'm not meant to be doing that. But when there's things that I'm like, oh, I really want to do this, or I feel called to do something, the universe makes it happen so easily, and that's how I know I'm meant to do that and be aligned with it. And finally, in the month of March, I finished The Artist's Way. So I started this in December. It is a 12-week workbook, so that is why it took me a little bit to get through this. I do highly recommend this. This is a commitment though. Like, you will be doing daily homework, weekly homework. You have to really put in the work and like want to do this. And I'm very glad that I did. I don't think I would be where I am today if I didn't practice and do this workbook. And I don't know if I would have discovered figure skating and like my current desires that I want to pursue right now if I didn't follow this. Go into it with an open mind. I would recommend it, but know what you're signing up for sure, because you will be writing every single day. You will be thinking and reading, and it's a lot of work, but I do think that the more work that you put into it, obviously the more that you get out. And now what an accomplishment to say that I've done this. Those were the 13 books that I read in the month of March. I do have my April TBR list right here as well. Should we do that and just jump into my TBR as well? F it, let's do it. Like, we're here to talk about books, so might as well just jump in and talk about my TBR list. I have 10 books on my April TBR. I feel like I have a really good list here. So the first book that I'm hoping to dive into soon in the month of April is none other than a Kristen Hanna book. I've chosen True Colors to read for April. I've chosen this for a couple of reasons. Obviously, it's Kristen Hanna, so it's the next book that I feel called to read. But also, I have had the biggest urge lately to go horseback riding. I don't know where it came from, but as soon as it's not 30 freaking degrees outside, because today is literally the mid-30s, it is April 5th or 6th. It's April 6th right now. in Minnesota when I'm filming, and it was 34 degrees this afternoon. So don't be fooled by the sunshine and the tank top. I'm in a highly heated little sunroom here, and I can't go horseback riding along the Minnesota River until it's at least the mid 60s, if not the 70s. I'm hoping to be doing this though soon. So I'm in a little bit of a country horse girl era right now. I cannot explain it. It's just what's happening right now in my head, and I feel like it'd be really fun to read this book at the same time that I'm getting really into horseback riding, because I think horses play a big part. Yeah, they're on a ranch. I don't like to know much about the book, so I don't want to read the back, but I'm also obsessed with Grey's Anatomy, and they're literally the Grey sisters. Just for a little update, I don't think I've mentioned this recently, but I'm fully caught up with Grey's Anatomy, and I'm watching the episodes live time again. Just crazy that like I have new episodes of Grey's Anatomy to watch that's airing. But I also went back and I watched Private Practice, and I'm at the end of season 5 on Private Practice, and there's only 6 seasons, so as soon as I finish Private Practice, I'm going to watch Station 19 as well. I think the memoir that I'm going to try to read for the month of April is Everything I Know About Love by Dolly Alderton. I have heard nothing but amazing things about this book, and so many of you have recommended this book to me within the last, you know, 5-6 months of my life. I don't know if I'm ready to read this. Like, sometimes when I'm reading a thriller, if there's a couple, a relationship, a love interest in a thriller, it's too much for me. So we'll see. I want to be able to get things out of it. I want to be able to appreciate it. I don't want to feel triggered or sad. So if it's too much, I'm just going to choose a celebrity memoir that's still in my TBR. Like, I'm thinking Sarah Bareilles might be a good one, or Drew Barrymore's, but the goal is to read this one because I do feel like it could be a right book, right time eventually, and I could get a lot out of it. Oh, I just realized that my copy is pre-underlined. It doesn't really bug me, but I don't think I realized that when I bought this, is that someone already annotated it. And I already know that whoever read this has an anxious attachment style based on what they're underlining. That's so interesting. I wonder what someone who doesn't know me would think of me if they had a copy of a book that I annotated. Like, what would their thoughts be about me? Anyway, the arc that I would like to read in the month of April is none other, and you will hear me talk about this until I read it. It has to happen this month because I have been talking about this book a lot. None other than Once and Again by Rebecca Searle. You know how much I love this book. You know how much I love this author. It has to happen this month for reasons that I explained in previous wrap-ups or TBR whatevers. That is why I pushed this book off, but like, the time is now. I feel ready. I need to read this. Now that it's out and it's been released, I also have such FOMO because everyone's telling me how good it is. So I'm like, oh my gosh, I definitely have major like book FOMO and I need to read that. I love reading a handful of thrillers each month. It'd be really fun to read Spirit Crossing by William Kent Kruger because this takes place in Minnesota and the plot and premise just sounds so good. I also have been meaning to read Mary Kubica's debut thriller because I read 2 of her books and I really liked them. So I want to read her debut, The Good Girl. I've heard great things about this one as well, and it's the last book of hers that I own for like a daytime thriller because let me tell you, I'm honestly terrified of this next book, Hidden Pictures. I feel like I have to read this during the day because there's genuinely little kid drawings in here and I'm scared. So this is a daytime thriller, but I've heard mixed things about that book, so I'm curious how I'll feel about it, but I really am so intrigued by it and want to read it. And then I have 4 nonfiction books that I would like to read. I am reading 3 nonfiction books right now, but if I finish those, here are the 4 that I will be reading next. I have Abundance by Deepak Chopra, The Inner Path to Wealth. I've read a handful of books by this author, but never one fully dedicated to this subject, so I'm very intrigued. And speaking of wealth, the other spiritual book I'd love to read is called Wealth Witchery, Manifesting Magic, Money, and Success. Very curious about this one as well, and the cover, it's all like texture, like you can feel all of this. Manifest the rich witch life of your dreams. Oh, I'm intrigued. I have 2 angel books, both by the same author, that I would love to read this month. Angel Letters by Sophie Burnham, as well as A Book of Angels by the same author. But those are the 10 books on my April TBR. I'm going to find homes and put away all of the books that I just finished yapping about. I was planning on putting Jeremy Renner right next to the last memoir I read, but slightly larger than any other memoir I have here, which is odd because it's from, oh no, I thought it was Gallery, Flatiron Books. Okay, because I know that Gallery fits But now I know. I should have known because this is the other oversized memoir that I have, and Matthew Perry's is also with flat irons. So the nerdy random facts that I know now is flat iron books memoir sizes is just a couple centimeters larger than gallery books memoir sizes and any other publishing house that I ever have read a memoir from. So one day this will all be full of memoirs, but for now it's just looking a little clunky, and that's okay. This is where I keep all of my signed copies. So she won't be going with the ARC books because I figured she personally signed this book for me, so I want to put it with my special signed copies. A little bit of a PR haul of what's been piling by my door. Starting with this open box because I didn't know what it was at first, and I didn't realize that it was actually the coolest product from Kiehl's. They sent over this like fake fire hydrant, so then I of course had to save it for an unboxing because this is actually insane. All of this for a little bottle of Kiehl's Ultra Facial Meltdown Recovery Cream. It's medicated oatmeal skin protectant. Honestly, this is so nice. Thank you, Kiehl's. Nobody outdoes Kiehl's packaging. This is crazy. Kristen S. sent over a little something. I got this massive thing of dry shampoo from Kristen S, which is so nice. They call it a texture spray, but big fan. I love it. I think I have a little bit of the bottle still upstairs from another one that they've sent me, and it works wonders. L'Oreal. I will say I am saving what I think will be the best for last, or at least there's one package here that I'm very intrigued by, and it's the biggest one. So if anything, stay tuned for that one because I'm intrigued. L'Oreal's packaging is seriously the cutest. It always says you're worth it in the box, and I think that is just the kindest thing. Oh my gosh, I'm set. I firmly believe that the universe provides, and I was thinking about this the other night because I'm almost out of conditioner, and I was thinking about how I haven't luckily needed to buy conditioner in so long because I'm so grateful that companies send over stuff, and I was thinking about how like I'm sure the universe will send over some more. L'Oreal just sent over a little hair pack. So I've got shampoo, conditioner, and an anti-frizz resistant. This is so nice. Thank you so much. Coco Kind sent over a product. I love Coco Kind. They have amazing products as well that I use literally every single day. So very intrigued to see what this is. Oh my gosh, I will not need to be buying a new cleanser, face cleanser for so long. Look at this massive bottle of Coco Kind's Milky Soft Face and Body Cleanser. Cruelty-free, vegan, dermatology tested. Thank you so much, Coco Kind. This is the best. Wow, I'm so excited to try this. Coco Kind also sent over this massive box, so let's see what is in this one. Oh my gosh. Wait, this is so sweet. I literally just ran out of one of my Coco Kind products last night or a couple nights ago. So I already have a restock, luckily, which is just the coolest thing. Coco Kind sent over this little sample box. I have another bottle of this face and body cleanser. This little keychain with my initial on it. I have some of their lip balms, which are so nice. They're lip blur balms. Also, this little keychain, it's to put on your lip products. So I can put it like on the handle part. This is the product that I ran out of the other night because I use this every single evening. Electrolyte water cream. It's my nighttime moisturizer. This thing is amazing. So I'm so glad they sent over another one. That's perfect timing. And then I also got some vitamin C glow serum, which I'm very excited to try as well. This looks super nice. Thank you so much, Coco Kind. I feel like I have a hint now for what could possibly be in this massive Coco Kind and Olipop collaboration box that they sent over, because this is huge and it's heavy and it says Olipop on it. I am blown away. Oh my god, I'm so excited. I was literally thinking about how nice it would be on a sunny day like this to have a little bubbly drink to drink. This is the coolest thing. I'm taking cute pictures of this immediately. In honor of Olipop collabing with Coco Kind. Wait, this is so cute. The matching drinks, so the strawberry vanilla Olipop with this cute little strawberry vanilla keychain for the strawberry vanilla lip balm. We've got the cream soda one with the cream soda keychain, and it's upside down, so let me fix this. The cream soda lip blur balm, the cherry cola. I was literally thinking about how I miss having a probiotic cola flavored drink because these hit when I'm hungover, and I was hungover the other day and I was craving one. Oh my gosh. The cutest little cherry keychain and the cherry cola lip balm. This is the coolest thing in the entire world. Before the sun disappears, I absolutely want to take some photos to post on Instagram. But what an exciting, cool campaign. I cannot believe this is so cool. Thank you so much, Coco Kind. What a fun little collab.